YTPC. It's Uncle Willie. Welcome back to the Mobile Lounge. I'm going to tell you about this tobacco first before I get into the rest of the video about the pipes that I'm going to be showing off or displaying. I don't like using the word show off because I don't consider myself a show off, but I do like to show off some things at times. So anyway, I am smoking some HH Bold Kentucky. Since yesterday, I had a couple people tell me they could taste the difference between the HH Old Dark Fire and the Bold Kentucky. At the time, I said that I could not tell the difference. Well, let me eat crow. A little bit of salt and pepper on it, give it some flavor. But I don't know. The Bold Kentucky to me right now is smoother. Now, in its defense, I am using a balsa system filter in this pipe. Now here's my thoughts on filters. The balsa system filter doesn't absorb anything except moisture, because it is a solid piece of wood with flutes cut in around it for the smoke to travel by it, not through it. It goes beside it, top of it, below it, all the way around it, and comes through the shank. Charcoal filter, however, fits in snugly, and when you smoke through that, it pulls everything through it, absorbing some tar and nicotine from it. This, I don't think that the filter has a lot to do with the strength factor of this, but just in case it does, I'll use that. But I will say that the Bold Kentucky is smoother, and I can taste the difference in that. Flavor-wise, both has the same barbecue flavored, smoky, room note, everything else about it. Just this is a little smoother. And I don't know if that could be the pipe or not, but I can taste the difference in between the two of the blends of the Bold Kentucky and the Old Dark Fire. So now that we got my mistake out of the way, well, not really a mistake, a thought difference. Edward Hobbs was showing off some of his bulldog shaped pipes yesterday. And it made me think, yeah, I've got quite a few of them. I'm going to show mine off. I'm going to show off my very first one and the last one. And then I'll show off the rest of them in between in no particular order. So the first Bulldog I bought was this Boswell's. It's not branded a Bulldog by Boswell's. They just called it a diamond shank. But it has all the characteristic looks of a Bulldog. Diamond shank, freehand diamond shank on the top. It doesn't match up perfect like a typical Bulldog will. And instead of having the little beauty rings around it, they've got scallops taken out of it. This is from 2020. This was my second Boswell's pipe, but my first Bulldog shape. I didn't know what a Bulldog shape was when I purchased this pipe. It was there. I thought it was unique. It didn't look like any of the others that were on the wall, so I grabbed it. And Archie told me, he said, we don't make many of those diamond shank like that, so you might want to hold on to that one. So that was my very first Bulldog, is a Boswell's. My latest Bulldog that I received is the one I'm smoking now. The Paloma from Savinelli. The shape 510KS. Look at that stem. Look at that stem. And look at the grain on that bowl. Now the thing about a Bulldog is you'll see the bottom of the bowl comes to sort of like a point. And that's characteristic similarities of all bulldogs. Not all bulldogs come to a point. Some will be flattened out more or something. Each manufacturer has their own interpretation of a bulldog. And what made me buy this one, not only because of the color, is I already have a 510 KS in the Forester line. And you see how it comes down to a point as well. It's just got a little flat spot on the bottom right there, and it's basically a point, but a little flat. And that's the reason they did that, is so they could put the nomenclature on the bottom of the pipe. This one they could do it anywhere because it's smooth, so they kept it diamond shank true all the way through. Now, Edward also mentioned about some could be called Rhodesians. Well, I happen to have a Rhodesian here, and you'll see, let me pull this one up. This is Savinelli also. You'll see the characteristics, I'm using that word a lot. The similarity of the bowls, except for this bowl is rounded on the bottom. It's not flat, and it's not diamond or comes down to a V on the bottom of it. So that's one way you can tell that it's a Rhodesian. The other way is the shank is sort of diamond shaped, triangular shape, not diamond, triangular shape, where the bulldog is the diamond shank. So that's one way you can tell a Rhodesian from a bulldog. I've seen people call these a bulldog. I'm not arguing over it. It's classed as a Rhodesian. That's what I call it. If you want to call it a bulldog, feel free, my friend. There's nothing, no pipe shape is worth getting in an argument over. So whatever you call it, that's what it is. We're good. Since I'm showing off multiple pipes from single manufacturers, I'm going to jump right into my Petersons. I have 3 Peterson bulldogs. And Edward was talking about yesterday, like a squat bulldog, like a bull cap or whatever some people call it. Here's an example of a squatted bulldog. This is the Peterson in their Dracula series, non-filtered. It's a beautiful pipe, and the stem is just crazy. I have two Draculas. The other one is a original shape, just a bent billiard style, rusticated. Both of them are beautiful. I love that red and black stem. So this was, I think, my first Peterson bulldog. And then we all know that this one is for ropes. This is the rope smoking bulldog from Peterson. This is the walnut spigot, non-filtered. The more I look at it, the prettier it gets. And it is a excellent smoker. This is a shape 150. I don't know what this is a shape 80S. And my third bulldog from Peterson comes out of the Sherlock Holmes lines. And this shape is called Handsome, but it's sort of like a stretched or a stacked bulldog because of the height of the bowl. A big difference. It's got a deep bowl. I really wanted to like this pipe a lot. It's okay, it's mediocre. It's not what I was wanting. I wanted a P-lip, but thought that's what I ordered, but I didn't. And I ordered this from over in England It was the only one I found that was smooth. Then now they're available at other places. But this is the Handsome. It's no number shape. It's just, the name is Handsome, out of the Sherlock Home line. Now, I have a Dunhill Bulldog. This is out of their line of the county line. Got the white dot, beautiful stem. Let's see if I can get some color in there for you. It's a group 3, and you'll notice it's flat on the bottom. And the same reason, cause it's rusticated. The same reason it's flat is so they could get the name, the nomenclature on the bottom of it, and the county and all that. It's a good smoking pipe. It has an inner tube. I usually remove the inner tube out of it when I smoke it. And a lot of people just hear the word inner tube. It's 2 words, inter tube. Inter means inside, and it's just a metal tube that runs through, and it supposedly cools the smoke and condenses it down but it just gurgles with that in it. So I pull it out and just run a pipe cleaner down through it when I'm smoking it, and that cuts the gurgle out pretty much. Next up is a couple cheapies. This is the Missouri Meerschaum. I call it the corn dog because it has the diamond shank, similar characteristic of a bulldog. So this is the one I told you that I bought another one and took the stem and the accent band off and put it on this K Woody from the 60s. It's got some nice craggy rustication in it. That's what I liked. It caught my eye, so I purchased that. Thought it was pretty cool. Just a couple more. You got the old Stanwell, Danish design, and what do they call this? Number 32. Little silver accent ring around it, saddle bit. Still diamond shank, diamond stem, diamond shape. Comes down to the point. The reason it's got the point on it is because it has enough flat spots that it can put the name and everything on it like that. I have, let's start putting some back. I have one here that I purchased through a Facebook group called NAPS, New Age Pipe Smokers. This is the pipe of the year for the club, for the group. It was made by George Leosis, and I forget where he's from. I kind of think, I'm not even going to guess. I think he's in Paris, Italy or something like that. It's a nice looking pipe. It's rather small. I mean, my Dunhill is small, and it's even smaller than that. But I like the way he just did a flat spot to put the name on it, and he kept the bottom into the diamond. I mean, it's got some nice curves, and it's a beautiful pipe. Beautiful on the top of the bowl. I've only smoked it once. It's not bad, but just not my cup of tea. I'm more of a coffee man. All right. Now it brings me to my Nording Valhalla, handmade by Eric Nording. I call this my F-off pipe, because if you'll notice the rustication on it, it looks like they're doing that. So this is my F-off pipe. Little freehand stem. It's a nice little pipe, big bowl, easy smoking, easy clenching. It's a good little pipe. Little short stem, flat enough, clench it easy. This next one is a Blakemore Blakemore Deluxe. Blakemore Briars, made in England. This is the one I told you that is stamped 216-1966. So it's a 50-year anniversary of something. I don't know what it is. It was gifted to me. This is a plum finish is what they call it. It is purplish. Nice little saddle bit, sorta. Easy clenching. Very nice, very nice. Unique style of rustication on it. Typical, with the bottom being diamond shank because they smoothed out right there for all the wording. And last but not least, actually, that last one was called Eric the Red. I remember now, because this is my Valhalla. Handmade by Eric Nording, shape 501. It doesn't say Valhalla on it, Valhalla, but I know that this is the Valhalla. This pipe, I don't smoke nothing out of this except salty dogs. Dan Tobacco salty dogs is what I smoke out of this one exclusively. And I believe that brings us to the end of our ride. Hope everyone has enjoyed their time here in the Mobile Lounge today. I don't think I have any more here that I didn't pop out. Sorry it took so long, but sometimes they run longer than other videos do. So remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.